you wanna say, but don't forget the role I used to play. When you feel defeated, like your heart's been cheated, just think about me like before.
Hello, 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 and welcome to the Leen Show, episode 12 of the Leen Show. And man, boy howdy, we've got some content for you guys today. We got some stories to talk about. We got some stories to break. We got some Leen Show exclusives today. We're going to start with the government. Kathleen, tell us all about it.
Oh my God.
Are they shutting down? Are they staying open?
Yeah. So,
Are they closed on Sundays? What's the deal?
No. Yeah. They're pulling a Chick-fil-A on us. No. Apparently they passed a bill this morning saying that they're staying open for another 45 days until they agree on the budget. Correct? Correct me if I'm
sure.
wrong.
Okay.
But,
yeah.
My first question. I mean, I obviously have tons of questions. I know that this has happened before, but what does it even mean? Like, what does it mean when the government shuts down? Is it like the writer's strike? Are they striking? Like, what is the purpose?
Every federal employee and anyone who works in a federal building will not have to go to work, as far as I assume. Yes, I think that's right. With some exceptions,
Damn.
like I don't think like the entire USPA shuts down, but for the most part, yeah. And then they're not really allowed to work again until they agree. Like Congress will have meetings to kind of like renegotiate a budget even though they are shut down. But it does kind of like once it shuts down once, then it takes like a little bit until they can like schedule again, usually.
Yeah.
But it's always usually over like either just very small mistakes that aren't really that interesting, or just I think just that actually. It's never really that interesting why it's being shut down.
So is it just about money? Like it's about the actual government's budget? They're shutting down because they can't agree on the government's budget for the year?
That's the case this time. That's usually how it goes. Yeah, it's just like a budget.
They're like,
thing.
guys, we have no idea if we're gonna have a Christmas party yet. Like we'll let you guys know, but we don't know if it's making it into the budget this year. I can't even imagine what a government regulated or government planned Christmas party is like. Probably pretty terrible.
Yeah, they're like, guys, we're not doing Tito's this year. It's a little too pricey. We're getting Smirnoff, and it's like, what?
LOL. I thought you were gonna say Skol. Smirnoff is actually like I drink Smirnoff.
You shouldn't. All the best vodka comes from Austin, Texas. All true Americans know that.
Is that where Tito's comes from?
Yes.
I've also heard Tito's is good for you because it's like a potato-based vodka.
I think that's
I don't know
right.
why that makes it. I don't know that. No, literally, I was having this conversation with a coworker the other day. We were talking about like blood sugar and stuff like that.
Okay, speak on that.
And she told me that she was like, "Well, I mean, I won't dive into her personal medical experiences, but she was
that'd
just
be a
telling
HIPAA
me that-
violation. So please don't.
Yeah.
Please don't.
She was just telling me that like she drinks a lot of Tito's now because it's one of the healthier vodkas because it's potato based.
So there's like runoff nutrients from the potato. Is that what's going on there?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Man, you didn't ask me how I was today. I'm kind of like hurt.
So you're pretty good, I
jumped
guess.
right into it.
If you, I mean,
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
speak on it. Speak on how good you are today.
No, I had a whole intro, and it's destroyed now. Pretty bad stutter there. Wow. No, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Only thing I wanted to say was I spent the morning at the salon, got my hair done. You probably can't tell because my roots are hidden under the hat, but my roots are very blonde right now. But what's funny about it is me, my boyfriend Sam, and one of my best friend Reed all had haircuts like at the same time today. Like all of us had we're getting our hair done at noon. Yeah. Wait, you're muted.
Damn it.
Oh, there you
Okay,
go.
never mind.
Well, I'm sure what you said was hilarious, but
I said no fucking way. That's crazy. That's what I said.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Isn't
that crazy?
crazy? Yeah.
And the other thing, well, speaking of crazy things, I got this idea. I was talking to my hairdresser today. So my brother's getting married in November, weekend before Thanksgiving. And so I have to keep my hair neutral for the picture. So I'm just going to keep doing the blonde. But for New Year's, I think I'm going to dye my hair pink.
Okay.
That was really long. That was a little too long of a silence for me.
That is
not
so
like,
not what I thought you were gonna say.
Not like solid fuchsia pink, but like a rose gold kind of like pink highlights.
Okay.
I'm serious.
Okay.
I'm dead serious. And I feel like nobody would ever expect that out of me. So like I feel like it's just gonna be like I'm gonna roll into the new year with pink hair, and people are gonna be like, "What the fuck?" But I think I can pull it off. So YouTube watchers, get ready.
So like a lot more subtle than like literally like a bright pink, like you said. So it would be like a accent, like a pink accent, like a rose gold accent. Okay.
Exactly. And I already thought of a really good Instagram caption. It's cheesy, but it's funny. If I dye my hair pink, take a picture. You know, everyone does that after they get their hair done. The caption's gonna be "Life in pink," quotation marks, hair, end quotation marks.
What is that referencing?
Like, you know, okay, so like La Vie en Rose, like that French thing that people always say, that means life in pink. Like that song, La Vie en Rose, means life in pink.
Right.
So my caption's just going to be life in pink, quotation mark, hair, quotation mark.
Okay, over under how many likes is that one going to get, you think? You think that's going to be a banger?
I don't know, because ever since I got out of college, like I'm obviously extremely lame now, so my Instagram pictures just get less and less likes every time I post. So I don't know, I'd probably get like maybe 150 out of it. Maybe 180 if it's a good day. I used to get like 500 likes on my pictures of Florida State.
Guys, if you think Kathleen's underselling herself a little bit, then whenever you got the teaser for this Instagram picture. So if you guys are real fans, you're gonna come out in force and give her more than 150.
Yeah,
come on, guys.
Come on. Yeah, I used to be an Instagram star, and now I'm a loser. You leave Florida State, and the likes go with you.
Yeah.
Or the likes stay. I said that wrong. The likes stay at Florida State.
They stay in Tallahassee.
Like there's just, I mean, that's how it goes. When you're in college, like you're just more relevant. Your social media is more relevant.
Like no one's ever seen a picture of a college girl in a dress with a guy in a suit. Send me, you know, like those are just certified bangers, right? Like that's nothing but heat. That's what the people want, you know.
Game days are the best days.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
At least both teams are. I just hope both teams have fun. I like that one. Girls love popping that one out.
They do.
Hell yeah.
I'm sure there's going to be tons of like Taylor Swift related, Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift related captions this weekend.
Yeah, like if a team.
There's been too much.
Yeah.
Dude, did you see? And I'm not. God, and I freaking even here. I literally told myself, I was like, don't say anything about Taylor Swift this episode. Like, there's been enough, obviously, about it. And I literally told myself, I was like, this time. Like, literally just please don't say anything, and here I am. Did you see that Heinz came out with, like, a ketchup ranch blend?
And they called it ketchup and seemingly ranch? Is that real, or did you get got?
Yes. No.
Was it like a Photoshop for, like, some engagement on the Twitter page, or are they actually, like, selling it? Because that would be a very quick product turnaround.
No.
3 days?
It's literally called Cranch.
Oh, they've had that.
Oh, okay. Well, then I got.
They've had that, yeah. I thought like they rebranded Cranch. Oh my god.
Hey, it's better than Retchup.
It's better than what?
Retchup. That's what I said last night when me and Sam were talking about it. I was like, "What would the name be?" And I was like, "Retchup." And I'm like, "Obviously, that sounds disgusting." So Cranch is the shitty second.
Oh my god. Sounds like a Game of Thrones villain.
Yeah, it does. Cranch.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's fine.
Anyway.
I mean, if you want to talk about it, like, thing is, we actually have, like, things to talk about. So, like, we don't have to just, like, juice some engagement out of Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. Kelce, Taylor Swift. Maybe say that. Just say those names one more time, just for the algorithm.
Yeah, Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift. I really don't want to talk about it. It was annoying how much stuff was going around. So I'm just like, I'm too cool for it this week.
Okay, I could have also got with this, but I saw the Empire State Building lit up red and white, and the caption was like ketchup and seemingly ranch. Is that real?
I saw that too.
Is that why? I mean, certainly, that's not why they did it, right? Certainly, that is not what happened there. Certainly, there's some reason why it was red and white, and there is a good 19-year-old on their social media team.
I don't know. The top internet search right now says the Empire State Building lit up in red and white. It all started, as so many trends do, with Taylor Swift.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
It is crazy. It's annoying. No, it's that's why I didn't want to talk about it too much this week, because it's like, it's not even like cool or funny anymore. It's just like it makes me sick. It makes me fucking sick.
Okay, so we're transitioning away from that.
Yeah.
But
Back
we
to
got to talk about something fresh, something hot off the presses. Something
Okay.
that did actually just air on Thursday night. 100% it did. I watched it, or I watched half of it. Kathleen, take us further.
Yeah, so finally, guys, after what, 2 months? Did I say it was coming out literally 2 months ago? 1 month ago?
It was about a month ago.
Yeah, about a month ago. So The Golden Bachelor came out this week. It aired on Thursday night. If you don't have live cable, which obviously I don't, because I am 24 years old and I can't pay for it, it airs on Hulu at like 5 a.m. the next day. So I have to wait till Fridays to watch it. But anyway, it was better than I thought it was going to be. I'll be honest. Like, it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. The opening scene, hilarious. The literal first, within 15 seconds, the opening scene was Gerry putting in 2 hearing aids.
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt, but immediately
No,
when
go
I heard that, I'm like, you're talking about the intro where he's crying for 5 minutes straight talking about his dead wife? Is that I'm like, and I was like, oh, the hearing aid thing. Okay, right. And I was like, did you just call that hilarious?
No. That was like actually sad, and like I definitely felt bad about that. You know, the whole dream house thing.
Yeah.
Happens too often, man. Like, someone builds their wife a dream house and then she dies before she can even live in it, or she dies shortly after. But no, so the opening scene, like where he was actually at the Bachelor house, was him putting not 1 but 2 hearing aids in. Double doozy, both ears. But no, it was very corny, it was very cheesy, as The Bachelor always is, but I was locked in. It was pretty good. The women had me very interested. And I guess my point being is, we asked a lot of questions about what the Golden Bachelor was going to give us, and a lot of those questions were answered. So, yes, the women are definitely going to talk shit. Yes, they are going on excursions. Like, that was one of my biggest questions. I was like, what, are they going to be like mountain biking, boating, parachuting, hot air ballooning? Yeah, I mean, they showed some previews from like the next episodes. They're like on horseback, they're at the beach, they're doing all of these crazy activities. So I was proven wrong. Also, it did like that classic, like, it showed pretty much the whole season. Like, I feel like it even showed like the women that like the woman that wins, like walking away with Gerry like into the sunset, and like you can like see her back. Like, if you took a screenshot of that and spent enough time like looking at all the contestants, I feel like you could almost figure out who it is. Like, I feel like they revealed a little too much, like, in the previews.
So that was at the end, you're saying, like, when they, like, previewed the season at the end of the first episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They, like, I was like, damn, they're showing a lot. It's like movie previews these days. Like, literally, it's like, you know what the whole movie is going to be about by watching the preview. They put, like, the best scenes. They put the funniest jokes. I actually had a close friend growing up that her entire family had, like, a strict no previews rule. Like, they refused to watch any preview for any movie or show because they were like, it literally shows you, like, the entire thing. Pretty good rule, honestly.
Yeah, that'd be a fun punishment. You get grounded for watching a movie trailer.
Right? Yeah.
Can you hang out this weekend? No, man. I fucked up bad.
They're like, go out back and pick a switch off that tree and I'm going to whip you with it.
We don't watch trailers in this house. You watch the extended trailer too.
We don't watch trailers in this house. We just live in one.
Yeah, I
joke.
was I'm not going to watch this season. Spoiler alert, guys. I gave it a shot. No thanks.
Can't make it
It's
through.
just so fake. It's so fake. You don't know what's fake and what's real. Like, these introductions, it's just so polished. It's so, like, I don't know. It's not. It's I'm sure, like, it's entertaining, but like there's something about having like such fake everything in a reality show that just takes me out of it immediately. Like, I just see through it. Like, you know, these interactions are fake. A lot of them a majority of them are. They take shots out of context and add context to it. Like, you know, honestly, a few of the women were extremely. If April makes it past this episode, I didn't finish the episode. I got halfway through it. Does anyone get eliminated at the end?
What do you mean? Oh yeah, no,
Someone
yeah,
does?
they do. So how the first episode goes, and like across the board in The Bachelor, is they have a first impression rose. So he gives out one rose because basically all the girls get like their walkout moment, right? So like they get their moment where they get to like introduce themselves to him for the first time, and like a lot of women try and do something like unique for that because after he meets them, he like immediately like has to give out a first impression rose to one of the women. And then after he gives out that first impression rose, he eliminates almost half the women. Like there were probably at least like 10 to 15 women that didn't get roses after the first episode. So yeah, there's a big elimination round. I think it's probably the biggest elimination the first night.
Nice.
So like these women literally get like 10 to 30 seconds with him, and he has to like make a decision.
So that's why one of the women just like blew him in the limousine right as she ran out, right? Remember that?
Oh
Remember
my
her?
God.
I wrote that down.
Did
I
you
didn't get her
see?
name, but
Did you see? I'm sure you saw it on Twitter at least. The girl that like fake flashed him.
yeah.
And was like, "It's my birthday, so I'm gonna be in my birthday suit." I thought that was hilarious. She made it through. She was like the second or third rose he gave out. But no, I mean it's interesting. Like it's an interesting concept. It's corny AF. He's a good-looking
like
guy.
maybe my other thing that like I just don't like really like, and I just wish they went more into the like. I feel like it's just going to be The Bachelor with older people, but they get like nimble older people. So it's just the same thing anyway, really. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be like very subtle differences, you know, like, you know, there's going to be like recovery days. It's like, oh, they all had one glass of Chardonnay last night and everyone is like deadly hungover, you know, like things like that.
No, for sure.
But other than that, like it's just going to be a normal season of The Bachelor, which like I don't know.
No, for sure.
What's the difference?
I get what you're saying. I was a little disappointed, like, because of that fact. Like, I thought it really was going to be, like, you know, different and catered towards old people. But no, it seems like they're just doing the normal Bachelor. But there's still going to be some funny stuff that comes out of it. I mean, some of the women are going to get crazy, of course, and there's going to be drama. And I don't know. I mean, I'm excited, but yeah, I was definitely surprised with the first episode. It wasn't what I expected, but not in a good or bad way. I don't know. It was just corny.
Well, I hope Kermit the Frog's grandpa finds love. Don't we all?
Yeah.
Wow, ladies.
We do.
Oh, you just look terrific tonight.
Yeah, his voice is pretty bad.
His voice is hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Grandpa
like his
Gerry.
reactions, like that's what I mean. It's so fake. Is like they're not going to show the actual negativity unless it's like very specifically like what the producers want to, because they want to make dynamics and they want to whatever. But if there's ever like an organic moment of like awkwardness or anything, then they're just not going to show it. Like great examples, like multiple women, I think, just danced with him.
Yes.
And they're like, oh, you want to dance? And like the first one, they like added music to like make it whatever. But I could just think, like, what does this shot look like in person? They're just dancing, just complete silence, surrounded by video cameras.
So awkward.
And they're all just, like, got a smile, and it's like, oh, wow, this is just great.
Yeah.
And then, and obviously, you know in his mind, like, he's like, not her. Like, okay, chicken dance lady?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not you.
No,
but he's
for
got,
sure. And it's like,
oh, wow, you're amazing.
That's a good impression, actually. No, and he's probably too focused on memorizing all of their names. I mean, that's got to be like, and I'm sure that for the first couple of nights, like he's got, obviously the producers are helping him. But I was kind of thinking, like, when he does the rose ceremony, I know you haven't finished the episode yet, but you got to get to the rose ceremony. So he's standing in front of the women and he has all the roses to give out and he has to call out their names. And I swear to God, like, he probably does the list of names, obviously, beforehand and, like, memorizes the list of names. But I'm sure there was some people where he, like, forgot what they looked like, right? So, like, he's saying their name, and he's like, oh, shit, like, who's gonna fucking walk towards me? You know what I mean? Like, he's literally just, like, calling out names and, like, doesn't even remember what they look like. But I don't know. There were some women that seemed pretty genuine. We'll see.
What do you think Sandra said that they had to bleep in her Zen exercise?
So afterwards, she was like, you know, I love the F word. I love the S word. I was like, damn, me too. Like, I was like, very relatable, Sandra. I also love the F word and the S word.
Okay, that's why reality TV will always live on. Because that's the bar. That's all you have to do. I like to say the word fuck. I do too. Okay, I like her. Okay. It's like,
hell yeah.
I mean, shit, man. It's easier than making a podcast.
No, I think she. I don't know why I want to. I don't want to say this. Like, maybe you need to bleep it on the podcast. But I feel like she was saying like, F her in the P. Like F her in the P. F her in the P.
No.
You don't. Well, because his face was like, whoa. And then he asked her later on, like she asked him later on. She was like, so like, were you okay with that? And he was like, I was pretty shocked at first. Like, what, is he really shocked by someone saying the F word? Like, I think it was the F word mixed in with like something a little sexual.
So ultimately, Golden Bachelor might not be for me, but I don't think it's gonna go. Like, I think it's gonna be relatively successful. I get they're trying to switch it up or whatever. I don't think this will go down as like a horrible decision by ABC. No. So speaking of horrible decisions, not necessarily the ones the article's written about, but ones that are within the article. But did you see this like Rolling Stone thing? The 50 worst decisions in movie history?
No, I didn't.
So they put out this like top 50. They do these a lot. It would be like the top 500 albums of all time, the top 100 like songs of all time, movies of all time, whatever. Right. Good for engagement, I guess. Yeah. So traditionally, kind of what publications do, this says it was written by one guy. That could be the case. It's like, maybe we'll see why the list is so crazy if like it's just one guy just going rogue in like his basement or his apartment. That would kind of make some of this sense. But traditionally, like, there are like meetings that take place to like figure these things out. Like, they'll get like the entire like editorial staff in a meeting, and they'll like rank these decisions like, oh, well, here's some, and then, got to figure it out. Because traditionally, like, you want to be right. You want to like not have this list be like so bad that it got famous for how you'll see. You'll all see.
How bad it was.
Yeah. So I'm gonna share my screen with you, and we're gonna take a scroll. Now, I looked through this whole list. Some of these things you have to be like either of a different generation, I guess, maybe, or just be like a film buff, just like a huge like movie nerd. Because some of these things, like, it's just about like terrible movies that happened in like the 50s, 60s, 70s that no one really remembers now. So there's not really. Okay. It is what it is. So here we go. The 50 worst decisions in movie history. Racist casting, big budget bombs, directorial hubris, and more epic feats of stupidity. Okay? You ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. So it starts off pretty tame. Number 50, Hugh Grant goes to a very expensive $50 drive down Sunset Boulevard. Apparently in 1995, Hugh Grant like picked up a prostitute on Sunset Boulevard and got arrested for it.
Oh, I feel like I've heard that before.
I think I'd heard this too. Fun fact.
Makes sense.
Not, okay, fine. Number 50. Number 49, Will Smith turns down The Matrix and Django Unchained. Okay, so it's kind of like, you get the vibe, right? It's like, this guy could have made all this money on this big role, but he declined it because he didn't think it would be anything. Or like, actors make mistakes. Let's just do one more. Number 48, Michael Bay decides he's the man to tell the story of Pearl Harbor. That's just funny. You ever seen Pearl Harbor?
I have. It's incredibly long.
Yeah, it's not really Michael.
It's a Leo.
He's not in Michael Bay's bag. No, it's Ben Affleck. Oh, Leo isn't it? Oh, you're right.
Yeah. Man, I know my Leo shit.
No, you're right. I think so.
And he's in The Aviator, but I get him confused because so the Pearl Harbor and The Aviator both have Leonardo DiCaprio and Alec Baldwin. And no, Ben Affleck's only in The Aviator. No, he's not in Pearl Harbor.
He is not. DiCaprio's not in Pearl Harbor. In the article, they talk about Titanic. Shit. So that's where I saw DiCaprio. So no. Community notes incorrect. Okay, number 40. I don't want to speak over you. Number 47, Ernest Goes to Africa. Okay, we can just stop there, all right? It's just like, weird stuff, all right? This article gets really interesting when you go to number 10, all right? Let's just, okay. Number 10, using real untrained lions in the Melanie Griffith movie Roar. Movie I've never heard of. I don't care.
Me either.
Whatever, okay? Fine. Number 9, something about Ronald Reagan, communists, okay? Number 8, Warner Brothers loses Home Alone. Okay, so have you noticed a trend here that there's not really like relatively, these are like maybe like money mistakes, business mistakes, but it's nothing like crazy, right? Right?
No.
Okay. Number 7, Twilight Zone movie fails to take proper safety precautions and an adult and 2 children die. Do you know this story? Are you familiar with this? So in 1983, John Landis, who's a big movie director, Caddyshack, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Blues Brothers, a few others, very like big director. In 1983, he was directing a movie adaptation of the Twilight Zone, sci-fi syndicate. No, whatever. The sci-fi like individual story series, 50s and 60s, the black and white one. They're making a movie about it, and one night they had this like stunt with a helicopter where there was gonna be like pyrotechnics, and there was the lead of the movie, this guy Vic Morrow, was supposed to save these 2 kids like in the plot of the movie. So it was after hours. The kids were illegally there. They got paid under the table because they're like union rules. They weren't supposed to work late at night. And the helicopter flew too low and decapitated one of the children and the lead and crushed the other kid. And they all died.
What?
Yes.
Holy crap. That's like a real life Twilight Zone almost, right? Because Twilight Zone was originally the TV show, right? Of like just like scary ghost stories.
I mean, like some of them are ghost stories. It's like sci-fi stuff. Yes, like aliens and like they'd get sci-fi writers to come in and write individual episodes. Yes. So yeah. And they stopped production. I want to say the families of the deceased children, obviously, thankfully, were, some solace. They got paid millions of dollars by the studio, but the movie was finished and released.
Wow, that's insane. That article got dark.
I think that's true. Let me just clarify that. I've never seen it, but I think it did come out. Yes, it did come out.
Wow.
And yeah, so the lead and 2 children did not make it through the end of the production.
That is freaking wild. That's why I don't F around with helicopters though. I will never helicopters are so dangerous.
Okay, so do you notice something about this list before I keep scrolling down? Just there are 6 worse things that have happened in Hollywood history besides this.
Okay.
All right. You want to see number 6? Let's go to number 6.
Yeah.
Phil Lord and Chris Miller get fired from Solo midway through production. That's worse than 2 children and the lead of the movie being killed, is because we didn't get a good enough Star Wars movie because 2 directors people like.
Right. It's
this
like
is
they're
where
trying
it's
to
like
hide it.
I mean, it's just, what is the metric that they're using? Like because like if you're gonna make decisions like number them, especially like the top 10, like you pay razor thin, razor close attention to like, okay, is this really worse than this? So you have internal debates with yourself. Like, what morality scale are you using where it's like, well, yeah, they died, but like the movie public missed out on a good Star Wars movie. Like, we'll never know what their Star Wars movie would have been. And that is worse on some what's the guy's name? Andy Green. Andy Green has some morality scale where that's worse. And there are also 5 things worse than that.
Yeah, this is getting interesting. I'll hold my thoughts. Let's go through the list.
Okay, yeah, let's keep going. Okay, number 5, Matt Damon turns down Avatar. I mean, this is just like, okay, in this guy's eyes, the worst thing that could ever happen is a famous actor could say no to a big movie. That is like their apocalypse. That's like the worst thing that could ever happen on this guy's mind. Is like, dude, what if Matt Damon was in Avatar? That's definitely the 5th worst thing that's ever happened in Hollywood. And it's also interesting, like the title of the article is the 50 worst decisions. So are they really like? Are you saying like John Landis made the decision to? I guess they're saying like he made the decision to do that, and then it just resulted. I guess that's what they're saying.
Right.
But it is weird
Right.
to call that a decision. No.
Yeah. No, it is.
Like
It
the
is.
exact wording was movie fail. Okay, so they made the decision to not take proper safety precautions. Okay, fair enough. But that wording is weird. Okay, number 4, the Oscar slap.
How?
Way worse.
Well,
So much worse.
Wait a second. What was the title of the article again?
The 50 worst decisions in movie history.
How the Oscars? Since when is the Oscars a movie? Like, how is that even related? Like, I feel like this doesn't even belong on the list.
It's not quite a movie, no.
Like, it's not even like. And it's like, okay. I'm holding my thoughts. What's next?
I mean,
it's getting worse and worse.
It's getting worse, but like, I could be wrong. I think he wrote more words about the Oscar slap than John Landis killing 3 people. I think there's more words here. And he's like, the historical context of Will Smith winning his King Richard Oscar right after the slap is blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, yeah, they got decapitated. And then,
Insanity.
go to the next one. It's just insanity. Number 3, Blockbuster doesn't buy Netflix. Oh my God, man. What scale, like, again, on this guy's scale, like, the number one worst thing you can do is make a poor business decision. It's the worst thing that could ever happen in the history of the world, is you make a poor business decision.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of surprised for a Rolling Stone article how bad this is. Like, it seems very strung together, and yeah, the title is completely off. Like, they started off, like you said, the first couple, they started off like, oh yeah, these are all movies, all of those are quote-unquote bad decisions, but this stuff towards the end is not even related to movies. It's literally just, like, stuff that happened in pop culture.
Yeah, it's like movie adjacent, but it's not, like, a movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, number 2, again, the worst thing anyone could do is turn down a big movie. It's just all the movies Burt Reynolds turned down. He turned down James Bond, The Godfather, Star Wars, Pretty Woman, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. What a national tragedy that Burt Reynolds wasn't James Bond. What a tragedy.
Jesus. All right, what's number 1? I'm dying to know.
Little anticlimactic. Racist movie The Conqueror gives its cast cancer, probably definitely kills John Wayne. This is one where, like, I'm okay this being a, like, number 1, number 2. So I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I didn't know this. Basically, like, through some makeup that they put on, it's like a John Wayne, Marlon Brando movie. And, like, I want to say John Wayne plays, like, Genghis Khan, and they, like, slant his eyes and make him look Mongolian.
Ooh.
And put, like,
Yikes.
gold. Yeah, it's not great. But, and then also, like, let's just read this. Did they slather his face with makeup and use rubber bands to pull back his eyes? They sure did. Ouch. If that wasn't insane enough, they decided to shoot the movie at nuclear testing sites around Utah. Which, this is, like, it's not a bad number 1. Like, it's this or the Twilight Zone thing is definitely number 1. You could argue, like, the kids, that's worse. I don't really feel, I feel weird comparing tragedies on that scale. Like, whatever.
Sure.
It seems weird, but if this wasn't insane enough, they decided to shoot the movie at nuclear testing sites around Utah. It's impossible to prove cause and effect, but 41% of the crew developed cancer in the decades that followed, and 21% died from it. And the
Oh my God.
the 21% included John Wayne himself. So
yeah, that's pretty crazy.
yeah, it was,
That belongs on the list for sure.
yeah, and it was also, like, a really bad movie too. The very last line, Time wrote in a scathing review, quote, "The idea is good for a couple of Snickers, but after that it never wanes, but it bores." Okay, good. But it is also
Nice wordplay.
weird place and time to be like, that's a funny premise,
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, that's
Yeah.
funny.
Hilarious.
So funny. But that's the list. What are your immediate thoughts?
I don't know. Did ChatGPT write this? Like, literally, it's like half written by a human, half written by ChatGPT. I mean, it just seems like strung together. And for the Rolling Stone, for the Rolling Stone, I'm just actually pretty shocked that an article this bad made it in there.
I know, right? It's like, I think that would make more sense if ChatGPT wrote it, because, like, it wouldn't know, like, human morality. It
Right.
would be so skewed that, like, it would, like, think that this was worse than any of the other things, or wasn't worse, I should say. It's just crazy. But a lot of people were very upset about that article.
Yeah, and it's like, it's so weird, like the deaths of the 3 people include, so it's not only 3 people dying. I mean, just think about how crazy people went when, like, the gun went off, whatever, Alec Baldwin shooting that woman on his movie. Like, the whole freaking world went crazy over that. This is not only 3 people dying, 2 of them were kids, and one of the kids was literally decapitated.
Yes.
That is an insanely traumatic...
I'm pretty sure that's right.
...way to die. I mean, if a helicopter was involved, I'm sure that that's what happened. But no, it's like, to just toss it in the middle of the article, like, it's just like, are they trying to bury it in a way? You know what I mean? Like, this is a really crazy article.
Top 10 worst decisions in movie history. Number 7, 3 people die on set. Number 6, Matt Damon says no to Avatar. It just doesn't. I don't get it. Like, no. The only reason this makes sense is if they deliberately made a bad list to get people to go to Rolling Stone and read it and shit on it. That's the only thing that makes sense. Okay, Kathleen. We're all familiar with emotional support animals, right? Sure, people need to be emotionally supported. Sure. And, a nice golden retriever, maybe like a cat, something like that, really helps a lot of people with that. There's some great studies that have been done. It's a proven thing, emotional support animals.
Yeah, definitely.
But have you ever heard of an emotional support alligator? Is that something you've ever considered would be real in this world?
Immediately no. And let me guess, this person lives in freaking Florida. Are they from Florida? Do they live in Florida?
No, they're from Philadelphia.
Wow. Oh, cheesesteak with an alligator. Interesting. Interesting. I immediately think Florida. Because not only do alligators live in Florida, but that sounds like the most Florida thing in the world.
Absolutely.
So I'm shocked.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not sure how the gator made its way up to Philadelphia. I'm not sure they're native there, but, it's in Wally the alligator is the emotionally supportive alligator for this man, this legend, we should call him. So the story is, a couple days ago from the day we're recording this, a man tried to get into a Philadelphia Phillies baseball game with his emotionally supportive alligator. And it was like, we'll see in the video, but, he's on a leash, so he's tame. And they thought it would be a safety hazard for whatever reason. They thought that would be a safety hazard. So he was denied from the game, and he was very upset about it. Okay. So we got a video we're gonna watch, and we're gonna get his side of the story, because this, off the top of my head, off the top of your head, I'm sure, before knowing the details, I think Wally should be in the game. No? I think it's kind of messed up. Where in the rule book does it say an alligator can't be an emotional support animal?
Yeah, I'm on the fence. I'm terrified of alligators. They're dinosaurs, man. Since when do you bring a dinosaur into a baseball game? No way.
I don't know.
But we'll see. I don't know. I'll probably feel empathy for this guy. So
I do. I do at first. So we'll see. All right. So the tweet is, on Wednesday, a fan was denied entry to Citizens Bank Park when he tried to bring in an emotional support alligator named Wally the alligator, to help him with his depression. Like, if this is the only thing that is, like, getting him through the day, can we just, like, make an exception? Okay, I'm making my bias show right here. Let's say objective. The Phillies official website states that only dogs, surface animals, or service animals in training are permitted, and all other animals, including Wally the alligator, are not allowed inside the ballpark. I still don't see where it says no alligators, because it is a service animal. Who are you to say it's not a service animal? Correct.
You read my mind. We're being lawyers here. Yeah, they messed up in that statement, because they said dogs and other emotional support animals. So yeah, I mean, based on that statement, he should be allowed in.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, this says service animals, but, like, what is okay, he's servicing his depression. He's servicing, his anti-depression, we should say, maybe. Like, this is just it's I don't like it. So let's watch the video. I will say,
dude.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that.
Dude, literally read my freaking mind. Like I swear, guys, I did not watch this video, and me and this guy had the same thought. What? You're in Florida?
You from
Because
Florida?
only someone from Florida. Yeah, only someone from Florida would A, have access to an alligator, and 2, put an alligator on a leash. And I also want to point out, guys, and I know if you're watching on YouTube, you will see this. This is not like an alligator that you would keep in a fish tank. This is a literal, probably what, 6-7 footer.
I'm not sure. I'm bad at eyeballing things, but sure. Let's say like 5. Let's say like a 5-foot gator, fully grown.
All right, a fully grown gator in a leash.
All right.
Where do you get a leash? Well, I guess there's dogs that are that big. All right, I'll
But
shut up.
he looks so comfortable on the leash. That's the thing that's so shocking. Anyway, let's go.
How'd you come across him? Just walking down?
I rescued thousands of alligators in Pennsylvania.
Really? People
They're
get them
not
for
wild.
pets?
They get them for pets. He was a wild alligator. He's a Disney baby.
Where's he sleep?
Sometimes in my bed, sometimes in the pond, sometimes under the table.
Is there a Mrs. You? No? Okay.
What a shocker there.
I can't believe I'm
He's
going to say
single.
this. Can I
He sleeps in the bed. Let's ponder that for a second. Wally the alligator is sleeping in a human bed along with another human. That seems unideal for both sides.
I'm a little speechless right now. Yeah.
So if you're watching and you're not, or if you're listening for the audio listeners, it is like we said, a 5 to 6 foot fully grown alligator on like a red leash, and he is so happy on this leash. I can't tell if it's smiling or not. I don't know what that would look like for a gator, but he's on all fours in the grass,
He likes his chin
soaking in a
His
little
chin
sun,
rubs?
just
Yep.
absolutely chilling. He's no threat.
How do you
to anyone
know
right
that?
here.
Because I've had it for 7
He
years.
seems very well trained.
Yeah.
He also said the guy he got it from, or maybe him, has saved
I'm just
thousands
gonna- is it okay
of
if I touch his back
gators
right
in Philadelphia. So I guess they are native.
Right.
Wow.
I caught that too. No. I'm calling
believe I'm touching
BS.
an
I'm
alligator.
calling BS.
You had
There's
him for
no
7
way that
years.
there's 1,000 alligators.
You live in
Philly.
Florida?
Isn't Philly landlocked?
No,
How are they getting there?
I'm not confident.
How'd you come
Let's
across
see.
him? Just walking down?
Gators
Rescued
native
thousands of alligators in
to
Pennsylvania.
Philly. Let's see if we can get any results here. Army vet from Philly catches gator in trash can. Philly native who captured gator in trash can joins good day. Okay, so, here we go. PhillyVoice.com, August of 2022, an emotional support alligator took a splash at Love Park. The animal appears to be the famed Wally Gator, who's gone viral in recent years with owner Joey Joie Henney in York, Pennsylvania. So that's our fella here. Joey, let's say Joey. Yes. I mean, so it's a thing. I think it's a thing. He might not be the only one out there. There might be
And he's like a
dozens of
celebrity at this point.
Oh, he's the most famous emotional support alligator in the world. There's no denying that.
Yeah. Right.
I
Oh my
mean,
God.
this is just...
Honestly, I'm calling BS on Joey. Like, I'm not saying you don't have depression, Joey. I'm not gonna make that statement, but like, you seem like you're clickbait. You know, he's walking this thing around to get questioned about it.
Right.
Like, he's not walking this thing around because it makes him feel better and because it makes him feel safe. Like, he's walking this thing around like to get videos taken of him, for sure.
Sure. You know, or maybe he tried a dog, you know, maybe tried something else, and just nothing would work for his depression. But then Wally came into his life and everything changed. You know? I don't know. I'm just trying to play
Not
devil's
for me.
advocate here.
Yeah, I genuinely, and it's not just because obviously we're big Florida State fans here, so we're, well, actually, if you watched our episode with Roger Sherman, Lee said that he apparently doesn't like the Florida State Seminoles, which we'll circle back to that later down the road. But I'm a huge Seminole fan, so I'm just, you know, born and bred to hate Gators. But I also, like, have an actual rational fear of alligators. They are extremely dangerous, and I do not believe that they are super trainable. Like, you could go to, like, I mean, there's an alligator farm, a super popular alligator farm in St. Augustine. The only thing they're trained to do is know when they're about to get, like, a rotisserie chicken thrown in their mouth. Like, you don't see them playing basketball. You don't see them, you know, jumping up on all fours like the dolphins at SeaWorld. Like, I do not believe an alligator is trainable. at all. This is terrifying.
Did you say, like, you never see him play basketball? Are you talking about, like, Air Bud? Like, he's not...
Yeah, I mean,
they're not making Air Bud movies with alligators?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of, like, and not even that. I mean, obviously everyone knows dogs are trainable, but I'm trying to think of, like, obscure animals that people are able to train, like dolphins, seals, and, like, what they're able to train them to do. It's like, oh, they push a ball around, or, oh, they, like, catch a ball.
Sure.
Like, I've been to the alligator farm. I've been to an alligator farm, and those things are literally just waiting for meat. And they don't care. They don't care what kind of meat it is. They don't care what kind of meat. They don't care how it's cooked. They don't care how it's seasoned. They're out for blood.
Okay, well, fair enough. Let's finish the video. But the other thing I wanted to point out is just the Philadelphia accent is so beautiful. It's so eloquent. Just listen out. It's so funny in this video. Listen out to the accent.
I can't believe I'm going to say this. Can I just...
Yeah, pet him. Oh, look,
Oh, yeah. He likes his chin rubbed.
His chin rubbed?
Yep.
Yeah.
He loves his chin rubbed. He does not bite.
Let's think of a
How do you know that?
Because I've had it for 7 years. He
How
lives
do you
in my
know
house.
that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the most. It's really up there with French as, you know, the language of love. How do you know
Gorgeous.
that?
It's gorgeous. It's hard to even, like, replicate. I won't even try. Yours was fine, but I'm not even going to try to do a Philly accent.
Go
Yeah, this is crazy.
Birds.
Keep playing.
I mean, it's a beautiful accent. We've talked about this with accents. Like, if I hear an accent and then I can immediately replicate it, but, like, some accents in my head, I just get, like, I lose it immediately when I have to, like, say a word I don't know how to pronounce. So I need, like, one-to-one replication. I can't just, like, improv an impression. How do you know that? Like, I can do that, and that's, like, pretty much how he said it. But, like, anything else, I don't know. So the other thing, you know, obviously support for Wally. He don't bite. He's just a little alligator on a leash. He don't bite. You know,
He definitely bites, guys.
Yeah, let's be honest.
He absolutely bites.
Okay, so you know, justice for Wally. I'm on Wally's side here. I'm on Joey's side here. But just watching this video really reminded me of the beauty of the Philadelphia accent, and reminded me of one of my favorite news stories of all time. And so we're gonna watch that right here too. Okay, you see this?
Okay. Yeah.
All right, check this out.
What?
You see this, right?
No, I still see the alligator.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, I see it. I see it now.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
A coffee shop in Shamokin is closed following an arson over the weekend. Police say a teenager is responsible for all that damage. News Watch 16's Nikki Kreiss joins us live from the Central Pennsylvania newsroom with more tonight. Nikki?
Julie, a lot of people in Shamokin are upset that Dunkin' Donuts is closed because they didn't have anywhere else to go for coffee and donuts. Today we also learned new information about the teenage girl police charged with setting the place on fire. Yellow tape surrounds the Dunkin' Donuts on West Sunbury Street in Shamokin. The popular donut shop is closed until further notice because of extensive fire damage.
There's a lot of people that's definitely gonna miss it, no doubt about it.
A teenager is charged with starting a fire inside the restaurant on Saturday night. Shamokin police officer Ray Psycho says no one was hurt, but the place has extensive damage. Psycho says the fire was started inside the women's bathroom. The toilet paper dispenser was lit on fire, and within about a minute, the entire place was filled up with smoke.
The mother did explain that she's recently been put on new medication, but as far as for what reason.
This guy's name is Ray Psycho. S-I-K-O. Just go by Sicko. That's not really much better, but
the donuts.
The donuts. Just wait. Just wait.
Hilarious.
Just wait.
We're unsure right now.
The 13-year-old who admitted to setting the fire is currently at a juvenile detention center. Many people who live in Shamokin are upset that Dunkin' Donuts is closed.
Now I have to rely on myself to go to maybe a Turkey Hill or something where I don't like their donuts. I rather the donuts at Dunkin' Donuts. And I'm kind of dealing with it, but I really miss Dunkin' Donuts.
I go there every day. I get a chicken bacon croissant, or I get some coffee, Powerade if I'm dehydrated. I sit there all the time. If I have any legal work that I need to do, I go there. I meet with my attorneys there.
I'm gonna miss that place when it don't open up. Yeah, a lot of my friends go in there, get the cold coffee, iced coffee, I guess it's called.
People miss
the cold coffee, the iced coffee. Oh my god.
Holy mother.
That is
So-
like the average citizen walking around Philadelphia right now. Is those three individuals
What year?
right there.
What year was this story? What?
2016. August 2016.
Wow. Wow, so this was before the rebrand. Well, yeah, I mean, we can see it says Dunkin' Donuts on the freaking
And
sign.
thank God it was, because Dunkin' Donuts. Oh, I guess I gotta go to Turkey Hill and get their donuts, but I don't like their donuts as much. This is like the worst thing that has ever happened to these people. Like, the community is in shambles because the Dunkin' Donuts got firebombed by a teenage girl. Oh, I love this video so much.
Oh my god.
And then
this is hysterical.
The crown, like, get the cold coffee or the iced coffee, I guess they call it. But the crown jewel is the guy who's like, go there, get a chicken bacon ranch, get a Powerade if I'm feeling dehydrated. You know, if I got to meet with my attorneys, that's where I go. Oh,
yeah, that was hysterical.
Oh.
This is becoming like, no, and it's like, sorry, not that they give a flying rat's ass, but it's like, we've been really shitting on Dunkin' Donuts. We've been shitting on Dunkin' for a couple episodes now. Well, I guess it's really only the second episode we've talked about them, but it's hilarious. I mean, the fans of Dunkin' Donuts are, they give us great content.
I mean, rightfully so. No, like, I don't think we're like overly mean. I think we're the perfect amount of mean or disrespectful to the Dunkin' Donuts Corporation. Dunkin' Donuts.
It's also like a different breed of people that eat, you know, like, there are people that eat donuts every day. Can you imagine? Like, I could never eat a donut I could never eat a donut every single day. I'm gonna be saying it like that forever now.
A donut.
Donut.
I don't like the donuts at Turkey Hill. I prefer the donuts at Dunkin' Donuts.
It's like, hey man, I'm having a party tonight. It's like, all right, cool, man, I'll be there. What can I bring? It's like, yeah, if you wouldn't mind picking up a 6-pack. He's like, all right, cool, and he walks in. It's just 6 donuts. Yeah. It's like, I meant beer, man. He's like, oh shit, my bad. Here's 6 donuts. Yeah.
I got you some cold coffee and 6 donuts from Dunkin' Donuts. I mean, I could do this all day. Like the amount of time I've spent just with those quotes flying around my head for, I guess, the last 7 years. Whenever I first saw it, I don't know, something like that. Oh man,
timeless.
I love it.
Absolutely timeless.
And you know, like, I have a stash that I've had for a long time of obscure news clips in small towns on YouTube that are just like ridiculous. I will dive into that vault a little bit on this show, you know, throughout the runtime. Some of it I want to do like solo content on. I had a YouTube series like 3 years ago that had 1 episode, but whenever it's called what did I call it?
You don't even remember your own show?
What did I call it? Weird News. I just called it Weird News.
Yeah.
Very original on my part. Yeah. The original Weird News story was like Hannah Montana went to Lincoln, Nebraska or Omaha or something, and they're these moms who were just absolutely fuming because like they oversold a Hannah Montana show, and so they just went on the news and just started bitching everyone they could out. Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know,
it's a funny video.
Yeah. Maybe one day.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, it's not up anymore.
Oh damn.
No, that's not up anymore. But I think that, you know, we can get into that vault a little bit throughout. One of my favorite. This is what I'll say as a little tease. Is one of my favorite ones is it's from like 2007, and it's in Ames, Iowa, which is where Iowa State is, and it's just like an Iowa State student miraculously survived getting hit by a train on a bike. And they interview this like woman who's just like, yeah, I don't know, I was just like riding my bike and then I just got hit by a train, but I was fine. I like scraped my knee a little bit, but like we're all good. And it's like 50 seconds long.
Oh my god, I love people and I love America. It's so wonderfully hilarious and insane at the same time.
I'm glad you can
like
find
it's hard to
humor in
even
it.
wrap your. Yeah, I mean, you got to. Otherwise, you're gonna end up depressed with a support alligator as your best friend. Like, you gotta have some humor in the States, The states will get you down. The states will really get you down if you don't laugh every now and then.
Yeah, I agree.
Someone in Florida right now was like, holy shit, that's my alligator. I've been missing him for 10 years. Got thrown out of my backyard.
Is that Wally? Wally? It's like those videos of, like dogs like get run away from their owners, and like the dog recognizes the owner after years. Well, on that note, I think we'll wrap up this episode. I think just the last thing I have to say is just justice for Wally.
Yeah. Justice for the orcas and justice for Wally. Full circle.
Well said. Well said. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please consider giving us 5 stars on Spotify. If you're already listening on Spotify, thank you for listening. Consider following us on Instagram and TikTok. And shout out to you guys for like blowing up that clip of Kiko, our sweet princess Kiko. Has I want to say 10.2 thousand views right now. It has like 500 DM shares, which is primarily where a lot of the views are coming from. So obviously, obviously you guys got to tell your friends about Kiko, which, I mean, I did the same thing. I told you guys about it. So
yeah.
Thank you guys for that. That's awesome. Like I said, follow us on Instagram and TikTok at The Leen Show. We have clips posted a couple times a week over there. And we are on YouTube as well. There's a video aspect of the show if you didn't know. And we are The Leen Show on YouTube. And we put a lot of work into YouTube. So, if you're watching, thank you guys for watching on YouTube. And maybe considering liking and subscribing to the channel, so you guys know when the new episode comes out. We come out with episodes every Sunday or Monday, depending on things that happen. But thank you guys for keeping up with the show. And, we're 12 episodes in at this point, but I think, I like where this is going. And, I think we get better every show. And we just want you guys to, get a product that you guys can listen to. And maybe you learn something, maybe you laugh. And if you do, that's all I can ask for.
Exactly. That's what we're here for.
Yeah. So thank you to Glazed Eyes for letting us use their single Way Down off their upcoming album. Please go check them out on Spotify. It's a great local band in Pensacola. And Kathleen, any last thoughts?
No, man. Y'all have a great week. Or
have
weekend,
a great week.
whatever you choose.
Have a great weekend.
Listen to it.
Have a great life.
Have a great... You read my mind. Have a great life, guys.
All right. See ya.
If you fall, I'll catch you.